A former Metro Atlanta cheerleader has filed a lawsuit tonight alleging multiple organizations, including local gyms and even a school district, perpetuated a culture of sexual abuse involving young athletes. The civil complaint follows the arrest of former Metro Atlanta cheer coach Charles Moore. He was first arrested by Loganville police in May of 2024. He was charged with felony child exploitation. A month later, Moore was arrested again, this time by the Barrow County Sheriff's Office, and charged with sexual exploitation of a child tied to a gym where he coached in Winder. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn live in our newsroom. And Cody, you spoke with one of the attorneys behind this lawsuit who says this case aims to expose a systemic failure in competitive cheer.
That's right, Jennifer. And the attorney says change in this industry is long overdue. Now, there is a 122-page complaint, and while it centers on one alleged victim, the attorney says the issue is much bigger, alleging a culture across competitive cheer that protected adults and failed children.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They're putting the brand that is competitive cheer before the child.
Among the defendants named in this civil complaint, the Walton County School District, Varsity Brands, USA Cheer, and 2 Metro Atlanta gyms.
There is a culture of this misconduct.
In this particular case, James says it centers on the actions of former cheer coach Charles Moore.
This young man groomed these young women.
James says Moore should have been stopped long before his arrest in 2024.
We know that at some point, it was brought to folks' attention that this conduct is going on. It's unacceptable. And by all accounts that we're aware of, nothing was done to stop it.
Now, on behalf of the alleged victim, they're going after those organizations, asking for millions in damages.
We've alleged, negligence in our complaint. Negligence is when you have a duty to someone or something, and you breach that duty. Sometimes the breach can be so reckless and so willful that it teeters on intentional conduct.
As the criminal investigation into Moore continues, James says this lawsuit could lead to even more investigations.
We didn't name them just haphazardly. We named them by doing our due diligence and our investigation to actually hash out, well, who should have known and who did know, and what did they do or did not do that makes them culpable under the circumstances. And so, of course, you start peeling back the layers of the onion, and all of a sudden you get the waterworks.
Now, James made it clear they're not trying to tear down the cheer industry, but to force change, accountability, and stronger safeguards for young athletes. I did reach out to the defendants for comment. Of course, we'll continue following this developing story.
Outstanding. Cody, thanks a lot for the updates.